Hello everyone, we're talking about relationships today and specifically those red flags that we often miss early on, the ones that can make or break our chances at finding something truly special. When it comes to dating, especially if you're looking for a long-term committed relationship, it's crucial to be aware of the red flags that might pop up along the way. Think of these red flags as your intuition, your gut feeling, trying to tell you something isn't quite right. Ignoring these signs can lead you down a path of heartache and frustration, but recognizing them early on, well, that's empowering. Today we're diving into the 7 red flags you should be aware of when dating if you're looking for something serious. We're going to break down each one, understand why they're so detrimental to a relationship, and most importantly, how to spot them. So let's get started. Now, a little jealousy in a relationship is normal, even kind of cute, right? It shows they care. But when it becomes excessive, bordering on possessive, that's your cue to pay attention. Think about it. Constantly questioning who you're with, getting upset over innocent interactions with others, even trying to isolate you from friends and family. These aren't signs of love, but rather insecurity and a need for control. A person who trusts you, who's secure in themselves and the relationship, won't feel threatened by your independence. They'll encourage your friendships, your passions, knowing that these things make you well. And that's the kind of partner you want by your side, someone who celebrates your individuality, not someone who tries to clip your wings. Remember, love shouldn't feel suffocating. It should feel like freedom, like two individuals choosing to share their lives, not control each other's. So if you're constantly walking on eggshells, censoring your actions out of fear of a jealous outburst, it might be time to re-evaluate if this relationship is truly serving you, because you deserve to be with someone who trusts you completely, who celebrates world, not on me nature, not someone who tries to shrink it down to fit inside their insecurities. We all have bad days, right? Those days when nothing seems to go right and that dark cloud just follows us around. But when negativity becomes a constant companion, a lens through which he or she views the world, it's time to take notice. Is he or she constantly complaining, criticizing everything and everyone around them? Does he or she struggle to find the good even in the simplest of things, complaining or shame you for your appearance and behaviors even in front of the others? This kind of negativity can be incredibly draining, slowly chipping away at your own positive outlook and zest for life. And let's be honest, who wants to be in a relationship that feels heavy, burdened by negativity? You want someone who uplifts you, who inspires you to see the good, who adds to your life, not subtracts from it. Love should feel light, joyful, even in the midst of life's challenges. So pay attention to how you feel around them. Do you find yourself shrinking, dimming your own light to avoid their negativity, or do you feel energized, inspired, excited to face the world together? Remember, you're not responsible for their happiness, but you are responsible for protecting your own. And sometimes that means walking away from negativity, even if it's disguised as love. Communication, it's the bedrock of any strong, healthy relationship. Wouldn't you agree? It's how we connect, how we resolve conflict, how we build intimacy and understanding. So when communication is lacking, or worse, constantly fraught with misunderstandings and frustration, it's a major red flag. Is he or she open and honest with its feelings, or they just shut down, leaving you guessing? Does he or she actively listen, trying to see things from your perspective, or are conversations more like one-sided battles? Look, relationships thrive on open, honest dialogue, on the ability to express your needs and be heard, to understand and be understood in return. Without that, resentment builds, intimacy fades, and you're left feeling like two ships passing in the night, alone even when you're together. And trust me, that loneliness, it's far worse than being alone. So pay attention to how you communicate, how he or she receives your words, and how it makes you feel. Because a relationship without healthy communication is like a house built on sand. It's only a matter of time before it all comes crashing down. Boundaries, they're not about building walls, but rather about creating healthy, respectful relationships. They're about understanding and honoring each other's limits, both physical and emotional. So, when your partner consistently disrespects your boundaries, it's a huge red flag, signaling a lack of respect for you as an individual. Does he or she pressure you into things you're not comfortable with, dismiss your feelings when you try to assert yourself, or make you feel guilty for needing space? These are not the actions of your partner who respects and values you. Love should never come at the expense of your own well being, your own sense of self. A partner who truly cares for you will encourage you to have your own life, your own passions, your own boundaries. They'll understand that these things make you happy, and his or her love will be rooted in wanting that happiness for you, even if it means giving you space. Remember, a relationship without respect is like a garden without sunlight. Nothing beautiful can truly grow. Trust is the foundation upon which all lasting relationships are built. And honesty, well, that's the cement that holds it all together. So when dishonesty creeps in, it creates cracks in that foundation, weakening the entire structure. Now, we're not talking about little white lies here. We're talking about consistent patterns of deception, of withholding information, of outright lies that erode the very core of your connection. Does he or she lie about their past, their feelings, their actions? Do you constantly catch them in inconsistencies, leaving you questioning their every word? This kind of behavior creates an environment of suspicion, of doubt, where you're constantly questioning their motives, their intentions, and that's no way to live, is it? Love should feel safe, secure, like a haven where you can be your most authentic self without fear of judgment or deceit. So if you find yourself constantly questioning their honesty, if your gut is screaming at you that something's not right, listen, because ignoring those red flags will only lead to more pain and heartache down the line. You can have sizzling chemistry, shared laughter, even a deep emotional connection, but if your life goals are fundamentally misaligned, it's like trying to fit two puzzle pieces that just don't belong together. Now, this doesn't mean you have to agree on everything. Opposites attract, right? But when it comes to the big picture, your vision for the future, those core values and aspirations need to be in sync. Do you both want children? Are your career ambitions compatible with a shared life? Do you share similar values when it comes to family, finances, personal growth? These are big questions, and brushing them under the rug won't make them disappear. In fact, ignoring these fundamental differences will only lead to resentment and heartache down the line. Imagine building a beautiful home with someone only to realize you've each got a completely different blueprint. Frustrating, right? So be honest with yourself, be honest with each other, and ask those tough questions early on, because building a life together requires more than just love. It requires a shared vision for the future. Love should feel easy, natural, a meeting of two souls that elevates and inspires. It shouldn't feel like a constant power struggle, a game of manipulation and control. So if you find yourself constantly questioning their motives, feeling guilty for things that aren't your fault, or walking on eggshells to avoid their outbursts, it's time to pay attention. Does he or she use guilt trips to get their way? Does he or she play the victim, making you feel responsible for their emotions? Does he or she try to isolate you from your support system, making you more reliant on them? These are classic signs of manipulation, and they're incredibly toxic to a healthy relationship. Remember, you deserve to be with someone who loves you unconditionally, who respects your feelings and boundaries, who celebrates your strength, not someone who seeks to undermine and control you. Love shouldn't feel like a constant battle. It should feel like a safe haven, a source of strength and support, a partnership built on mutual respect and admiration. So there you have it, the 7 red flags to watch out for in your dating life. From excessive jealousy and negativity to poor communication and manipulative behaviors, recognizing these warning signs early on can save you a world of heartache. Take a moment to reflect on your own dating experiences. Have you encountered any of these red flags? How did they make you feel? What did you learn from those experiences? Remember, recognizing these red flags early can save you a lot of time and heartache. Take care and happy dating.